Yeba is a wild young samurai raised in the jungle by his chill, beer-loving dad, Kenjiro. Spends his days training by fighting gorillas. One afternoon, Yeba's mid-battle with a massive gorilla, dodging with flair and flexing like he owns the jungle. But his cockiness backfires, and the gorilla launches him sky-high. Mid-air, his animal pals boost him back down for a massive sword slam that knocks the gorilla out cold. The jungle erupts in cheers. Kenjiro strolls in, cool as ever, and says, "Nice job, son." Beating gorillas is easy, Yeba shrugs. But then, the rest of the gorillas show up looking for revenge. Kenjiro weighs his options, chooses not dying, and they run for it. They hide in a banana crate, but a blind cargo worker seals it shut and ships them off straight to Japan. Cut to the airport. A girl named Sayaka is waiting for her dad, Reizo, who just won the Asia Kendo Championship. She congratulates him, but he's low-key salty he hasn't beaten his true rival, Kenjiro. Suddenly, bam, Yeba crash lands right in front of them. He senses Reizo's strong aura and immediately whips out his sword to challenge him. But Sayaka jumps in with an umbrella like, "Who even are you, bro?" Yeba, who's never seen a girl in his life, just stares at her like she's an alien. "What are you?" he asks. Sayaka activates instant reflexes and bonks him hard. Yeba's mind is blown. Girls are terrifying. Meanwhile, Kenjiro's being chased by cops, dashes over, and Reizo thinks, "This is it, the battle I've been waiting for." He gets into his fighting stance, and Kenjiro just grabs him. "No time, we gotta dip." They all hop in a taxi. Yeba's face is squished against the window as he marvels at the big city like a country kid on a field trip. They arrive at Reizo's place, where Kenjiro tells Yeba, "This is home now." Yeba's exploring the house when boom, he's suddenly judo flipped by his tiny great-grandma, who's never seen him before. She's suspicious, but once she sees the family resemblance, mainly the shared ugliness, she lets it slide. An hour later, in the dojo, Yeba's hyped to meet real samurai. Kenjiro tests them all, and only one dude, Muto, manages to block the strike. Yeba's all in. Reizo warns them, "That's Muto. He's the strongest we got." Granny laughs off the idea that Yeba could beat him. Kenjiro makes a deal. If Yeba wins, they stay. If not, they're out. The match starts. Muto thinks he's just sparring a kid, but Yeba's swinging heavy like he's trying to cut down a tree. Sayaka and Granny note how wild and inefficient his style is. Yeba, meanwhile, is just excited. "Wow, you're actually strong." Muto decides to stop holding back and starts pushing Yeba hard. Then he drops a truth bomb, "We're not in the jungle, idiot." That hits Yeba like a ton of bricks. He realizes jungle tactics won't cut it here, so he switches it up, takes a strange stance with his back turned. Everyone thinks he's either given up or just dumb. Granny gives Muto the green light to finish it. He goes for the final blow, but Yeba dodges it with perfect timing and launches a brutal counterattack that breaks Muto's sword and sends him flying into the ceiling. Silence. Shock. Yeba wins. He does his little victory dance while everyone else just stares, trying to process what just happened. Reizo just facepalms. Not only did he lose the bet, but now he's stuck letting these freeloaders live in his house forever. Sayaka notices something sus going on. Yeba's tied Muto to the roof and is holding a stick like he's about to whack a piñata. She asks what he's doing, and he just shrugs, saying it's survival of the fittest, jungle rules. Sayaka is not having it. "You're not in the jungle anymore, moron," she snaps. Later that night, while Sayaka's deep into her beauty sleep, she hears loud thwacks from above. She stomps out of her room, shaking the whole house in the process, and he falls off the roof. "Do you even know what time it is?" she yells. But Yeba's confused. What's time? Jungle life didn't come with clocks. The next morning, Yeba rushes in for breakfast, but Sayaka stops him. "Okay, but seriously, why do you have a tiger?" Yeba lights up story time. He explains how, one day, he was fishing in the jungle but failing miserably. Out of nowhere, a tiger pounces, but Yeber reflexively jabs his spear, right in the tiger's jewels. The tiger flops into the water, starts drowning, and his splashing ends up catching all the fish. That near-death bromance turned into a beautiful friendship. Sayaka is not impressed. Meanwhile, Reizo realizes Kanjuro is missing. A maid drops off a letter. Kanjuro went into the city and casually left his child behind. Reizo is furious at the parenting fail, but Yeba's unbothered. This is normal. Dad used to leave me alone all the time in the jungle. A bit later, Yeba follows Sayaka out, curious about her outfit. Where are you going dressed like that? She gives him a deadpan look. School, dumbass. Yeba, having never been to school, asks what it is. Sayaka jokes, telling him it's a place where super strong warriors train. Yeba gets all fired up and vows to protect her. Sayaka just stares like, who is this guy? They get to school, and Yeba is shook. This building's huge. Some of Sayaka's friends walk over and instantly swoon. He's cute, they whisper. Sayaka grabs him and drags him away before things get weirder. She tells him to wait outside her classroom, but Yeba refuses. He came to protect her, remember? Sayaka rolls her eyes and takes him to her dojo class. He lights up samurai stuff everywhere. Sayaka goes to change and tells him to stay put. Yeba finds some cool swords and picks one up. That's when a tall, bald dude walks over and says, "That's not yours, kid. Drop it." Yeba jumps into fight mode, ready to throw hands. Sayaka rushes out, sees the scene, and sighs. She left him alone for 5 minutes. Turns out the bald guy is Takeshi Onamaru, the samurai national champ. Yeba challenges him to a duel, but Takeshi walks away. "You're not worth my time." So Yeba tries a sneak attack, only to get disarmed like it's nothing. Takeshi tells him to scram. This ain't a jungle gym. But Yeba just grins. No one's ever knocked a sword out of his hand before. He introduces himself. Takeshi replies, "Takeshi Onamaru." And boom, Yeba just found his lifelong rival. Quick backstory on Onamaru. He lives alone, takes care of his pet bird, and keeps his sister updated while she's away at kendo seminars. The national competition's coming up, and Onamaru's dead set on winning. His whole family's watching, and he's not about to disappoint. The next day at school, Yeba is back to his usual nonsense, annoying Sayaka for no reason. Then, as he runs off, he accidentally bumps into his arch-nemesis, Onamaru. Yeba whips out his sword, ready for round 2. Onamaru just stares at him like he's a gum wrapper and goes, "Nah, I'd rather puke." He adds, "I'm way stronger than you anyway," and strolls off like a legend. Yeba, obviously annoyed, follows. He tries a sneaky back attack, but Onamaru already saw it coming. He dodges, sweeps Yeba off his feet, and leaves his dignity on the floor. As he walks away, he throws in a savage line, "Come back in 20 years. Yeba's steaming. Sayaka, watching all this, figures Onamaru's just trying to avoid drama before nationals. She tells Yeba to chill. He does not chill. Instead, he gets that face, you know the one. "I got an idea," he says. Later, Sayaka's at the dojo, wondering why neither of those idiots have shown up. Meanwhile, Onamaru's in the locker room like, "Where's my gear?" Some snitch mentions Yeba messing with it. Suspicion confirmed. There's a letter. "Hey you, it's Yeba." Onamaru crumples it and storms out. Outside, he sees a piece of his armor. Way too easy. He goes to grab it. Swoosh. Water trap. He dodges like a ninja. You'll have to try harder than that. Cut 2. Sayaka still waiting. Half an hour's passed. Now she's actually worried. Back to Onamaru. He's on a scavenger hunt gone wrong. Next gear piece? Click tripwire. Lockers nearly crush him, but he makes it out. Then, zing! An arrow grazes his face. He smirks. Now we're talking. Meanwhile, Yeba's on the rooftop, wondering what's taking so long. Boom! Onamaru bursts through the door, fully geared up, breathing fire. Yeiba's like, "Wanna spar now, Anamaru? Just give me my stuff, loser." Yeiba's answer: throws his helmet off the roof. Anamaru sprints for it whack. Yeiba Shin kicks him mid-run, but Anamaru still catches it, does some unnecessary parkour, sticks the landing nice, 5 aura points, then falls into a hidden pit. Oof, minus 500 style points. Yeiba peers in, grinning. Wanna fight now? Still no. So Yeiba dumps a pile of sports balls in the pit and walks away like it's just Monday. Next day, Anamaru's at home, trying to stay calm, feeding his birds. But inside, total rage. He yells, "You wanna fight, Yeiba? You got it." Then realizes he's yelling at birds. He apologizes. Respect. Later, Sayaka's randomly watering the street because anime logic when Anamaru shows up, asking for Yeiba. She says he's not home. Anamaru takes one step forward and steps on Katagora. Katagora charges. Anamaru slices him down with 3 clean strikes like it's nothing. Granny walks in like, "TCH, real swordsmen don't show off." Then casually drops. "Yeiba's at your place, though." Anamaru bolts. Over at Anamaru's house, Yeiba's already yelling for him to come out and fight. But instead of Anamaru, he runs into Shonusuke, a giant vulture from his jungle days. They have a bro moment. Then whoosh, Yeiba flies off on birdback. Anamaru arrives to find the pen trashed. His birds crying, cue anime rage upgrade. Meanwhile, Yeiba gets home, hears about Katagora getting bodied, and now he's mad. Both boys sprint toward each other like it's final boss time. They clash in the town square. A cop tries to stop them. They both yell, "Back off." Yeiba kicks things off literally with a flying kick to the face. Anamaru's like, "Use your sword, coward." And then, it's on. They flip, block, parry, and fight across the marketplace like it's a shonen episode. Yeiba kicks Anamaru onto a bus. The fight continues on the bus. Then Yeiba falls off into a truck full of logs. He hurls a whole log at Anamaru. Anamaru slices it mid-air. Epic. But wait, Yeiba was hiding in the log. Surprise overhead strike. Anamaru blocks just in time. Yeiba's out of moves, so he bites Anamaru in the face. Anamaru's thrown off. Next swing? Wild and sloppy. Yeiba dodges and lands a clean sword hit. Anamaru drops. Yeiba celebrates until he smacks into a road sign like a cartoon character. That evening, both boys are covered in bandages and egos. Granny walks in and hears the full story. "You bit him?" she asks Yeiba. "Not a real win, sorry." Yeiba pouts. "Next time, I'll beat him fair and square." He grabs Katagora and Shonusuke and heads to the roof for more training. Wrecks them instantly. Too easy. Time to raise the stakes blindfold mode. Sayaka watches like, "Why are you blindfolding yourself, weirdo?" Granny explains. "It's called Shinjin Super Advanced Perception Training. Helps a swordsman fight without sight." Yeiba tries again. Gets wrecked again. But he's grinning. "Let's go again." Sayaka watches him and quietly smiles. She's starting to see how determined he really is. Until dinner, Yeiba refuses to take off his blindfold, even at the table. He ends up poking around in her food with his fork. Meanwhile, Anamaru's night is a nightmare literally. Haunted by visions of ghostly Yeibas biting him like piranhas. He wakes up in a sweat and dives into intense training, vowing revenge. Losing to Yeiba, especially by a bite, cuts deep into his pride. During his frenzy, he accidentally slices a stone monument and uncovers a hidden staircase. Curiosity pulls him into a secret room where he finds a glowing sword. Anamaru grabs it without hesitation. A burst of blue light explodes, transforming him red eyes, horns, and a sword blazing with power.